check this out, man. This is my second part of the interview that I wanted to do for Mikeyice TV, and I got definitely a person that inspired me, you know, Dyno, and I feel like you won a lot of footwork competitions though, bro, and I feel like why do you honestly like emphasize on footwork more than like most people want to just do power, in your opinion?
I think for me, like when you like certain sounds,
right?
Because as a kid, I liked what I was listening to, you know, the music. When I went to the jams and stuff. So naturally, like footwork, rocking, you know, anyway, it's like it matches. It's like fits so well into what the music sounds like. You know what I mean? It's like kind of being a part of the band, or you hear the drummer. So like when you're dancing, I feel like the footwork really complements the sounds of the music. So for me, it's music is pretty much everything. And especially with the footwork, it's kind of like you want to be as if musicians looking to perfect their craft.
Right.
Like with their instrument, I feel like footwork is. I think footwork is the same way. Is okay when it comes to creating. Like, how can I create out of like footwork? You know, as my instrument and express it as like purely and freely as I can.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So that's dope. So let me ask you a question though, bro. The first time I went out to the B-Boy Summit in '96.
Yep.
That was a huge thing for San Diego, bro, because it was kind of like how it was today.
Yeah.
But you can walk in, and only how I found it is that when we walk into downtown San Diego, going to was it Balboa Park?
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
I seen like a sea of B-boys though, Adidas jackets though, and I was like, bro, that's where the B-boys was at though, you know. Do you remember San Diego like during that time, like in '96, maybe like around when the B-Boy Summit was around?
I wasn't breaking because at that time, but I was really young. I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
But I always hear stories, and I always walk through. Like it's cool because when I see the footage, I always walk through those places, and I just always think B-Boy Summit.
Right.
'96 or something. Then I actually recently remember. Oh yeah, no. Yeah. So unfortunately, I wasn't there, but like I would watch the footage, I would hear the stories.
Who would show you the VHS tapes? Because that's all they were.
Yeah, so there's a couple of folks in San Diego that kind of helped like give me a lot of like the knowledge from the tapes and stuff.
Can you give me some names?
But Sewer was one of.
Oh, Sewer.
He's one of the San Diego guys. And then we have I always hear stories from Saki or Ming One.
Right.
E Swift. A lot when I was younger, when he used to come out to the jams, he used to tell us a lot of stories. Optic was a big storyteller. Yeah, those are the main folks who are constantly like passing down
right
information and stuff. Yeah.
So when you were coming up, was Reveal like a big inspiration to you though, bro? Because to be honest, like maybe like around 90, like 97, 98, bro, Reveal was unstoppable, bro.
That's right. Yeah.
Unstoppable, bro. He can do everybody's shit better than them.
That's crazy because I think Reveal was the main dude, and he was kind of like our neighborhood hero. Right. Our hometown hero. And we hear stories like, yo, like, Reveal lives down the street right now, or he's living down the street right now. And we're like, no way, man. Yeah, he's at this party. He's like we had Filipino parties, so he was at a Filipino party. We were like, yeah, let's go check it out, because it was our friend that he was living with, invited us over. Reveal was there. He was hella cool. But I was really young, but that was probably like my first, like, if I were to say someone that like I was starstruck with, it was probably Reveal. Yeah, me too. Because at that time, everyone had this stereotype that, like, oh yeah, like, you know, Filipinos like are good at breaking, but they were thinking Reveal, I think, because that was probably the time where Reveal was killing it, and then everyone saw Reveal, and they're like, yeah. So, I mean, that was but obviously there's a lot of history. He was just the main face for, yeah, he threw it down not just for the B-Boys in San Diego, but also I think the Phil-Am community was really proud to see like a Filipino American on a big stage.
That's true. Yeah. So let me get to another question though. I know it's been brought up. How do you feel about B-Boy itself being a street dance? Like, do you think because it came from a street dance background, do you think that it'll really be appreciated to Olympics? Like, do we need acceptance to the Olympics, even though it's always been fresh on the street? Yeah. What do you think about that in your point of view?
Yeah, that's a definitely hot topic. I have my perspective on it just because my perspective isn't necessarily whether or not it should be or appreciated. I think it's gonna happen either way, but I think there's always been waves with the dance and the art form. Like there's been different waves. Olympics is a big one, obviously, but I think there's still gonna be a handful, maybe not a ton, who are still inspired by the underground, and maybe not as much because the mass is probably gonna get a bunch of other folks. But who knows? It might be like its own separate thing. You know, it might be its own separate pool of people. But then, you know, I mean, I've seen kids who like just going to the circles. You know, they like that. Maybe it's not like the kids who want to do what's popular, but it's the kids who look at it and it looks fun and they want to get there. But I mean, that still exists as well. But, yeah, definitely there's gonna be tons of changes. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but
I appreciate that question though. I want to throw something at you differently though, bro. Like when it comes to me as Mikeyice, like when you think of my name, like and my legacy, my career with breaking though, like what comes to mind to you? Like when's the first time you might have actually heard about me?
Man, no, I met you at I met you in San Diego.
Right.
You were practicing. And see, I don't know if it was Reveal who introduced you to me, or I don't know.
Yeah, Reveal was with us. Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember seeing you, and then.
Do you remember what year that was?
No, man, I'm so bad with the years because like everything's such a blur.
But it was at least over 10 years ago, though.
Oh, it was way over. Yeah, it was way too past. It was definitely before 2010 or 9.
Oh, nice.
It might have been before I was in Cyber City.
Okay.
You know, so I was even like probably younger. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I also know that you got like a lot of like history, like you documented a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And you have an archive, and then that's kind of what I used earlier. Like, oh yeah, this like you would post everything. Like, if you wanted to know what was up at this year or at this event or this region,
right,
you would see Mikeyice. Like, so it was like a signature. Like,
right.
There you go. Yeah.
I appreciate that because a lot of times, you know, like. A lot of times I even ask people like how they hear about me, you know, because like a lot of times people might just be, it's really because of the footage. I've learned that like people that's younger than me, they remember the footage because I was the first dude on B-Boy World killing it, bro. Yeah,
you're sharing the knowledge here on the footage and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas I was seeing that was during transition time, right? Because a lot of people would have to dig or find the physical tape. So when you had to go online, you needed someone to be able to translate all the footage and all that stuff. Right. That was like,
Okay. Correction is Dyno Rock though. I'm sorry about that.
That's all good.
I interviewed somebody down before you was Dyno.
Yeah, Dyno from West Coast Rockers. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I was thinking of him.
Yeah.
Okay. Another question, two people have brought this up to me. One was a guy named Heps Fury from Florida though. He was asking, he told me specifically, you know, on the internet, like why do people when they do power like they don't emphasize no flavor to it, and like when they wind up there's really nothing after it. It's kind of like everybody's like looking exactly like everybody's like doing flair to a 90 to like all back taps. Like that's like back taps is like the standard though. Like
it's become a standard.
In your opinion, why do you think that it changed from being like real b-boy with footwork to just like cloning power?
Yeah, that's a cool question. It's cool it came from Hips because when I think of someone who has like a really complete style, like dynamic power width style, I think of Hips Fury.
Yes.
I think Hips Fury. What's another dude? Well, obviously you can think Easy Rock, Step, the way they go in and out of certain concepts and flow. Well, I think the person has to first understand it's a dance. That's like the first level of understanding. Second, I think obviously it's important to like probably practice your moves, but to be able to apply it in your dance is an entirely different concept. So I think maybe the majority of folks who are kind of going in, they're probably separating the movements, you know, kind of single-minded with their approach with the dance, and okay, I'm gonna do this, this, and that, copy this, this, and that.
Right.
But for me personally, I love seeing the stuff with the twist. I love seeing like, oh, how did he flip that mill, or like, how did he flip that swipe? You know, that thing that's dope to me. I like how they see it within the complete sentence, the story.
Right.
That's what I like. But
okay. All right. Let me just ask you one more. You know, in your opinion, though, why do you think basically like like people say that they love breaking. Of course, they're like, yo, I'm a b-boy, I love breaking. But when it comes to like hip hop as a culture,
right.
why do you think like the culture's been left behind and people just specifically focus on breaking? Because the b-boy always used to have a black book. The b-boys always have fat laces. The b-boys always had the matching Puma suit low.
Yeah.
Is it because we're just like we're going through different times, is it the internet, or you think it's just like people don't care about the history anymore?
Man, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
It's like
an honest question.
That's like the first topic.
Right.
And that could go on, but I think it's a major part of it is well, actually, let me say this, because my first teacher wasn't even a b-boy. He was a DJ. He was a writer.
Okay.
You know, and it wasn't separate. You know, because I found out they were going to a jam. And the jam, like, you had everything. I think it's probably elements separated into like their specific ways of like sustaining, hustling, and stuff like that. Like competitions here. Promoters focusing on just that competition aspect. It's kind of rare to see an event where like you kind of collab with other folks, other artists, where like you have a holistic like hip hop feel. But yeah, I mean with breaking, you know, it's like you can't take it out of the equation. I think you can't take it out of the equation with hip hop culture and have it be healthy. You know, it's not really healthy because. Like, I mean, we were just down that B-Boy Summit, like, there's a certain vibe and energy of all the elements together.
Right.
Actually, what drew me in, I was going to come anyway, but, you know, Souls of Mischief, you know.
That's what I want to see, though, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I seen Souls when they first came out in '93, bro.
You know, it's weird, too. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, B-Boys nowadays, it seems like they don't even care what they get down to.
No.
Like, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to want to go out. Like,
me too.
I can't, like, Souls Mischief was me bang. I'm going to go out for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know if I directly answered the question, but I think it was just kind of confused, a lot of lack of organization.
Right.
People are getting inspired by different reasons. Maybe, like, by, like, dubbed footage. Like, you know, like, they're not making the connection with the music. I don't know, but...
Okay, so, can you let everybody know, like, who was the first b-boy that you seen that like struck your imagination to be like, yo, like that's the guy though? Because I had one and it was Easy Rock though, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, like his flow, the way he would do footwork one hand.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody ever do footwork one hand, and he could do it both ways.
Yeah, man.
So like for you though, like who was it? Somebody in San Diego?
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's a lot of obvious folks. I could name like 5, but I'm gonna say the person where I was like, oh, that's what it's supposed to look like. I'm gonna say E Swift, Rock So Fresh.
Ooh, E Swift, yes. Back when he was even rock steady, his footwork was super clean though, bro.
There was a point where like he didn't even have to touch the floor.
I know.
He would just stand in a circle, and it's like that's a b-boy, you know.
I knew it.
You can separate it. You can be like, that's a b-boy. I don't know, man, but this, you know, what I mean, you can tell. You can tell.
Right.
Yeah. There's a vibe of fashion, like style.
Yes, that's something. Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say too. Of course, you know, you're younger though, but you obviously recognize that. And to me, like if I would see multiple people just breaking on the floor, if I seen a dude like E Swift with the b-boy stance though, bro, in my mind, I was like, that dude's a b-boy. He didn't even have to go to the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't have to go to the floor. He could walk around with the jacket.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the painting on the back, like the derby hat, the pro kids. Like I used to get nervous though. I wasn't afraid, but I was like. And these guys over here doing power with the helmets, I was like, oh, they're breakdancing. They're
b-boying.
But they're b-boying over there, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't necessarily eliminate breakdance from the vocabulary because you do have, you're right? Like you're just saying, like there is a category of people who like that, but there's like a b-boy which is different. You know what I mean? Right. That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah, right. So what year did you start, Dyno?
Man, 2000. I would say probably 2000, year 2000, right when that hit.
It's close to 20 years, huh?
Yeah, it's close to 20 years, almost 20 years, yeah.
That's dope. 2000 was a good year though, bro.
Yeah, that was just when I got in. My brother